Good morning, all you out in YouTube land. It's build day number 105 here on Casa TexPina. Our Kubo got moved, so the fence line it can continue. Gentlemen are working on the fence line, working on the purlins up on top. They got plaster coating operations throughout, and still continuing with the front porch, the beams that are going to go across the top part of that from the wall of the house out to the front posts of the fence line. Oh, sorry, of the front porch. That's about where most folks are at working at today. The gentleman that was here yesterday doing the wall planks, the fiber cement board wall planks, did not show back up today. It was just a sample. They're doing that also to help show one of our other guys here how to do it, so that it can be a new skill for him and they can utilize people on opposite site or on different sites, so they don't have to have only the one expert. They can show others around. So teaching a new skill. So now that he understands how to do that, the guy that's always here on our site will continue to do that from here forward once we get more supplies in. I believe that's where most folks are at today. Oh yeah, we do have two people up top doing top bond beams over the media room half bath. So we'll be up there a little bit today too. The steps are able to be walked on, so I'm going to be using those as opposed to the scaffolding. As I move around today, I'll show you where everybody's working at, and let's get started. Let's go take a walk inside and see where everybody's at this morning. Starting out here on the front porch, Mr. Wilson and Mr. Romy are working forms for the remainder of the posts that they've already got up, just to get those in place, and then they will start to work the beams that are going to go across here. Okay, let's go ahead and continue in the house. They've been mixing quite a bit of mortar. We do have several plaster coating operations going on. So we've got one back here in the dirty kitchen. And I'm not going that way anymore. We've also got plaster coating operations here in the hallway. I'm walking through walls again, and here in the Jack and Jill bath. And our electrician, Mr. Chucks, is back, and he is roughing in conduit for switches and lights and outlets all throughout the house, wherever he can squeeze his way into to get a little bit of workspace. In the back of the house, you'll see the welders are up on top, placing, continuing to work the purlins making their turn around to the western side of the back here above the porch and going over the top of the media room. Over here inside underneath the bunkhouse shade, Mr. Alex is bending rebar. Looks like a bunch of stirrups, and those will most likely be used for the perimeter fence wall, because that's where most of our remaining rebar work needs to be done. All right, we're going to do a late morning walk around today. See where folks are at. They are leveling up the fence post here, just to make sure it's straight up and down. Don't want any crooked fence posts. Now, see how this one kind of bent as it's going, but when they get ready to put the forms back on, all this will be bent straight again. So same thing here, they're putting them in line, make sure they're in the right spot. You can see we're starting to work our way down, and the guys that are digging out the trenches are actually on the back side of the property over by the Kubo. Okay, so continuing around, got a couple guys. Thought I saw a couple guys here inside bedroom number 3. I know I do have one of my well, we'll get to that when we get inside. Outside here, these gentlemen are continuing to work the forms for these posts. Once they get those formed up, the next thing they're going to do is start working on the rebar structures for all the beams. So they're going to have 3 beams, 2 on each side and 1 across here in the front. We'll have a 10-foot gap from the bottom of the beam to the top of the floor. Be a nice grand opening coming in. Although we don't come directly into the building, this is going to be a little bit of landscaping here, some nice bushes and flowers, whatever. The actual walk is going to be around the side. We haven't figured out which side we want to go with. We may go with both, we may go with only one. We'll see how it turns out. So coming on in, Mr. Chalks is back, our resident stone termite. Anay bato. He's back doing more tick, and he's chipping out the now he's putting plaster back in, so he's fixing his holes. That's one step better than the termites do. They just eat. Mr. Alex has wisely found some shade to work on the rebar frames for the fence posts. Mr. Jerome over here is working mortar. He's about to run that to one of the guys doing plaster coat. Mr. Joel is steadily working the hallway, the guest hallway here, all plaster coating. And along with him doing plaster coating inside the bedroom number 3, is inside the Jack and Jill bath, is Mr. Jericho. Mabalacat? You're fast today. Small area. Ah, so it's not too hard. It's just easy. That's good. All right. And through the kitchen over into the dirty kitchen area. They're continuing to work the plaster coating. You can see water on the walls and on the concrete here. Mr. Gabby, one of the labor guys, is going around and spraying down all the walls so that the mortar and stuff still has the capability to go ahead and continue curing. Keep some more moisture on it. I'll make sure to ask that he also remembers to hit the stairs. Also doing plaster coating out in the garage. I don't know if you can see his feet over here. This is Mr. Ben hiding in the corner inside the utility room. He's continuing to work that section. Let's go ahead and go walk back around and go upstairs. I know we do have a couple of guys working upstairs in the attic area. Hey Pogi, makilabas. Thank you. Hey, salamat. Up the stairs we go. We'll make sure to get some more water on these guys. And our welders are up here as well. Continuing to work the purlins all the way up. You can see they're starting to make their way up to the top here. All right, and it looks like our gentlemen have completed the top bond beam rebars over the half bath So for up here, what we still have to do as far as masonry work, they still have to come up a little bit higher for the walls on either side of the doorway here. And then over here where Mr. Lito is standing is actually going to be a closet space from this column all the way back to that door. And so the walls have still come up from there. They're waiting to get all of the purlins done before they start working on that area. All right, I'm gonna catch them in the act. See, yes, we are getting water on our steps. Very good. Lots of water on the steps. Make sure they get plenty of water to keep curing. Might hit this again a little bit later in the afternoon and talk to our warehouse man, or bodeguero as they call it here, and have him do the same thing in the evenings if we don't get a heavy rain like we did last night. Well, I think they're trying to fence me in here. What do you think? Don't fence me in. Something like that. Don't remember the tune exactly. I know the words. Don't fence me in. All right, so we're moving some material into where they need fill, making some more concrete because they're getting ready to pour these columns. They're going to pour the bases and the foundation walls here, and then they're going to put they're going to wet set that first course of hollow block. So that's what they're getting ready to work on. All right, let's go look around on the inside. So the front two columns, the porch columns, looking a little better, a little more stout. So those are looking good. Now these two are not part of the porch. This is the front entrance gate. So this is a service gate. That's why they were looking a little thin and spindly. These are the front porch columns. Continuing to chip in conduit for the switches. Still making more posts. These are the rebars for the posts. And more mortar. We're still doing plaster coating down here in the guest hallway. Top half is coming along very smoothly. Very smoothly. Let's go take a look here. Walking through walls again inside the Jack and Jill. He's down to the bottom half. Putting the thickness on as needed. There's the strings that show how thick it needs to go. And then he'll come back later and screed it. Make sure it's all level. All right. Let's see if I can get upstairs for a moment. Still got a little bit of water in the stairs. So they'll water this again before the end of the day. My welders are still up on top, putting purlins all the way across. They'll notch out later where the dormer window is going to go. So I'll get notched out later. Over here on this side, we're continuing with the little bit of form work and the top bond beams coming around. That's going to be a hard turn right there. for these conduits. They'll have to turn them. Probably end up doing just put a 90-degree elbow on it and run the wires through. Those are all for the electric. Nothing major, just the electric for the upstairs portion, similar to those over there. 2 over here, and there will be a bunch back here. Once the welders get done up here, then the electrician will come up and start chipping away at where he needs to put all the conduits. All right, so that's what's going on upstairs. Let's go ahead and head back down. Very nice stairs. What are we doing over here? Look like I made a bunch of concrete. Still doing some more plaster coating in here in the utility room. All right. Coming through the kitchen. We're doing plaster coating here, top and bottom, inside the dirty kitchen area. Making sure to leave the tracks out that the air conditioning guys need. Still have the hot water spout coming down for the plumbers, and then conduit going up above the ceiling level for the electricians. All right, so that's about where everybody's at this afternoon. Well, one of the last operations of the evening, or the afternoon. We're pouring concrete. So they've already poured this first line, wet set it. So they're continuing to pour about 4 inches, and then they're wet setting the first course of hull block. And they're doing this just until this up to this post. They'll pour the base of it and stop. So they'll do the first course wet set all the way up till this point, and then they're moving back over here to these two. Mr. Alex is bringing concrete. Well, it's yabba dabba do time. The guys are packing up, getting ready to go home. Lots of hard work today on the fence line, getting the trenches dug out. They almost fenced me in, not quite yet. Still working some more on the, what do they call those things? Oh yeah, purlins. Working on the purlins upstairs on the roof line. Didn't quite get finished with it yet today. They'll start back on it again tomorrow. We did get some of the foundation wall for the fence line poured over here on the side. This is on the north side of the house. Other than that, inside a little bit of plaster coat here and there, and they've been working on the forms for these 2 front porch posts most of the day. Still trying to figure out how to get the beams up in place. So once they get those in place, we'll be ready to go. Sorry, no drone footage today. I was waiting for them to finish the purlins along the back side. I will definitely show you that tomorrow, because they should be finished with that tomorrow. Yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for today's business. We'll see you back again tomorrow. If you liked today's video, please give us a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more of these videos, hit the Casa TexPina star right over here, and you'll be subscribed. Hit the bell icon just below the view screen, and you'll be notified of the next video upload for your viewing pleasure. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you're thinking. How are we doing? Good, positive, constructive feedback is always welcome. So until we see you guys again tomorrow, have a great afternoon and God bless. Thank you for watching. If you liked today's video, please hit like, subscribe, and hit the little bell icon to be notified when our next video becomes available.